Okay, today we are doing page 155 and 156, Estimating Divisors. And so we're working on division today, and the divisor in review, the divisor is the answer to a division problem. And so here we're estimating what the answer will be. And this will make more sense as we get started. 1A, our instructions are to divide and check. And for our first problem, we have 157 divided by 23. Now we'll be using our regular steps of dad, mom, sister, brother, and rover. First, we need to ask ourselves, does 23 go into 1? No, so we put an X over that. Then our next question we need to ask ourselves, does 23 go into 15? No, so we put an X over that. We know that 23 does go into 157, so we know that our first number is going to go right there. And now we can start doing our steps. We're going to divide 23, our dad step, divide 23 into 157. To do that, what we need to do is cover up our last numbers in both numbers that we have. So we cover up our last number here. That would be 23. Cover it up and we're left with 2. We cover up our last number here, that'd be 157. Cover up our last number. And now for estimating, we're saying how many times does the 2 go into 15? 2 goes into 15 7 times. Now 7 times 2 would give us 14. Now remember, we always say, it might be right, it might be wrong, but it will be close. And so when you do 7 times 23, you're going to find out that you get too much. So we'd do 1 less, and that'd be 6. 6 times 23, you would get 138. And that works. 138. So that's we already did the dad step, we did the mom step. Now it's time for the sister step of subtract. 7 minus 8 we can't do, so we have to borrow from the 5. We take 1 away and it becomes a 4. That 1 we borrowed goes there. Now 17 minus 8 we can do. Leaves us with 9. 4 minus 3 we can do. That leaves us with 1. As long as this number here is smaller than that number, then we're good. And it is. So we are good here. We have 6, remainder 19. The directions told us to divide and check. So to check it, we need to multiply this number multiply that number times that number. 23 times 6. When I do 23 times 6, I get 138. Now I also need to add my remainder to what I get, plus the 19. And that gives me 157. If this number is the same as that number that we started with, it's good. That means it checks. And we need to circle our answer of 6, remainder 19. B, this is where we're going to learn something new today. On B, we have 437 divided by 98. Now first let's kind of figure out which number we're going to go into. Alright, I'll save it later. 98 does not go into 4, so I'm going to put an X there. 98 does not go into 43, so I'm going to put an X there. 98 does go into 437. So we know our first number is going to go there. Now for estimating, 98 is very close to 100. This 98 is very close to 100. So in your head, I want you to imagine as you estimate, and only for the estimating part, I want you to imagine that we're working with 100. Just for the estimating part, I want you to imagine that we're working with 100. 100 goes into 437 how many times? 100 goes into it 4 times. Now when we multiply, don't do the 4 times 100. Don't do that. Do 4 times our 98. The 100 was only for estimating. 98 times 4. When you do that, you get 392. 392. So we put that below here. Subtract. 7 minus 2 is 5. 3 minus 9 we can't do, so we got to borrow from the 4, where we leave 3 there now, and we borrowed 1, so that 1 becomes our 13. 13 minus 9 and we get 4. We now have 45. That would be our remainder, 4 remainder 45. We need to check it. In order to do that, we do 98 times 4. (98 times 4 is 392. Oops. And then we need to then add our remainder, our 45. 392 plus 45 gives us 437. This number matches with that number, so when we check it, it checks, and our answer will circle a 4, remainder 45. Okay, you guys will do C, D, E, and F on your own. I'm going to move on to 2A. 2A, we have $9.99 times 6. Now it's asking us to write the estimated answer in the blank, and then to work the problem for the exact answer. So kind of we're going to have 2 answers here. And this is what we did the other day as well. We'll do the real answer first. So we got to multiply it. 6 times 9 gives us 54. I'm going to put a 4 here, carry the 5. 6 times 9 is 54 again, but plus the 5 gives us 59. Carry the 5 again. And 6 times 9 again is 54 plus the 5, 59. This decimal is 2 places over. So we're going to bring it 2 places over in our answer and bring down the $sign. That is our exact answer. Now we need to figure out our estimated answer. In parentheses to the side, I want you to write what is the estimate of $9.99. What is $9.99 close to? Well, it's real close to $10. So I want you to write that in parentheses to the side. And then for the blank that's down below, you're going to write what $10 times 6 is, the estimated answer. $10 times 6 would be $60. And you need to write that at the bottom. $60. All right. I'll let you do B, C, and D on your own. For 3, it's saying to write the Roman numerals. For your age, that's one of them. saying to write the Roman numerals for your age. So you got to figure out how old you are. Think of that. You should know that already. And then come up with the Roman numeral. And same with B, C, and D. They give you little problems, and I want you to write Roman numerals for those problems. Let's look at 4A. They say to write the correct number for that Roman numeral. C, V, I, I, I. Let's figure out what this is. Well, we know C is 100. We know V is 10. No, V is 5. I don't know why I said that. So 100 plus the 5. And then we've got 1, 2, 3. So plus 3 more. That would give us 108. You need to write that for your answer. I'll let you guys do the rest of the Roman numerals on your own. B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Do all of those on your own. And then, let's see. I'm going to do 5A with you. Did you read about it inside? Okay. Those are examples of some. You could look in your science book for some examples they have. You could use those.
Can I copy it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so let's do 5A. We get 4 over 9 plus 2 over 3 plus 7 over 9. All right, squeeze that in. Now remember, to add or subtract fractions, we must have common denominators. Oh, and this is supposed to be 2 over 3. Let me fix that. What is 9, 3, and 9? What do they all go into? 9, 3, and 9 all go into 9. So we're going to change all these. I'm going to write them a little smaller so I can fit everything. This stays the same of 4 over 9. This one, we got to figure out how many times does the 3 go into 9? How many times does 3 go into 9? 3 goes into 9 3 times. So if we do that times 3, we have to do our 2 times 3. 2 times 3 would give us 6. This one just gets brought over. Ask me after. Ask me after. You don't have to do that. You don't need to. You just do what's up there. Where does it say something about a pen? Okay, we're going to add these up. Wait till I'm done. 4 plus 6 gives us 10, plus 7 more gives us 17. 17 over 9, we got a bigger number on top. That means we have an improper fraction. We got to ask ourselves, how many times does the 9 go into the 17? Oops. 9 goes into 17 one time. You're left with 8. 1 and 8 over 9. Your answer, 1 and 8 over 9. Let's do B together, 9 over 16. Oops. 9 over 16 and 1 over 8, minus 1 over 8. To add or subtract fractions, we must have common denominators. We don't here. What does 8 and 16 both go into? They both go into 16. Top one, we're not making any changes. We're just bringing it over. The bottom one, we are. 8 goes into 16 2 times. So times 2. If we do a times 2 there, we must do a times 2 here. 1 times 2 is 2. Now we're able to subtract. 9 minus 2 gives us 7 over 16. And that can't be reduced, and it is proper, so we are all done. Go ahead, circle your answer for that one. And you guys can do the rest on your own.